Her father wanted her to leave her education and marry, so she ran away from home and became more than they expected. What is the story about Adunni, the girl who ran away from home? In a small village in Akure, Ondo State, lived a young woman named Adunni. At 17, Adunni was a spark of light in her community, and her mind was sharp as a well-honed machete. She was the eldest of 4 children born to Adebayo, a stern yam farmer, and Folake, a gentlewoman who weaved baskets and sold at the market. Adunni's father, Adebayo, was a man of tradition. His worldview carved from the rigid stone of generation past. To him, a woman's place was clear: marry young, bear children, and tend to the home. Education, he believed, was a luxury for boys, a stepping stone to wealth and status, not for girls who would belong to another family. So when Adunni turned 16, and her brilliance in the village school began to draw attention, her teacher started praising her essays and her knack for mathematics. She also had a dream to become a doctor. Adebayo's pride was tempered by unease. "You are wasting your time with those books," he said, his voice heavy with finality. "A good husband will come. That's what matters." Adunni's heart sank each time she heard those words. She loved her father, respected his sacrifices, but his vision for her life felt like a cage. She dreamt of having a hospital and saving life, and also proving that a girl from Akure could be more than a wife and a mother. Her mother, Folake, understood her daughter's fire, but was too tethered to her husband's will to intervene. "Obey your father," she whispered, her eyes pleading for peace. One evening, as the village prepared for the annual harvest festival, Adebayo called Adunni to the courtyard. He sat on a wooden stool, with his face etched with resolve, and announced that a suitor had been chosen. A wealthy trader from a neighboring town, twice Adunni's age, who had offered a generous dowry. "You will marry him after the festival," Adebayo said. "It's time to stop this school nonsense." Adunni's chest tightened. She glanced at her mother, hoping for a flicker of resistance. But Folake only looked away. That night, as the village slept, Adunni lay on her mat staring at the roof. The weight of her father's words pressed against her dream, threatening to crush them. But Adunni was not one to bend. She had read about women who defy odds. Fumilayo Kuti, another courageous, stirred something fierce within her. By dawn, she made her decision. Under the cover of darkness, she packed a small bag with her school books, a few clothes, and the little money she saved from selling mangoes. She left a note for her mother. "I love you, but I cannot stay. I will make you proud." With a heart pounding like festival drum, Adunni stepped out of the house and boarded a rickety bus to Lagos, the city of dreams and chaos, where she believed her future awaited. Lagos was a beast of a city. For a village girl like Adunni, it was overwhelming. She found a distant cousin, Tolu, who lived in a cramped room in Yaba, and agreed to let her stay. Tolu was a seamstress with a sharp tongue and a kind heart. She warned Adunni that Lagos would test her. "This city doesn't care about your dreams," she said. "You have to fight for them." Adunni enrolled in a public secondary school, but the transition was brutal. The classes were overcrowded, the teachers overworked, and her village education left her struggling to keep up. She worked night as a cleaner in a local clinic to pay for her fees and supplies. Her hands rough from scrubbing floors, her eyes heavy from sleepless nights and spent studying. Hunger became a familiar companion, and there were days when she survived on a single loaf of bread shared with Tolu. Yet Adunni's resolve burned brighter than her exhaustion. She saw every struggle as a step towards her dream of becoming a doctor. Her classmates mocked her village accent and threadbare uniform, but Adunni ignored them. She found peace in the school library, where she devoured books on biology and chemistry. Her mind alight with possibility. One teacher, Mrs. Okonkwo, noticed her dedication. A stern but compassionate woman, she took Adunni under her wing, offering extra lessons and encouragement. "You have a gift," Mrs. Okonkwo said. "Don't let anyone take it from you." Years passed, each one a battle. Adunni graduated from secondary school with top marks, earning a scholarship to study medicine in the University of Lagos. The news spread to Akure, and whispers reached her father's ear. Adebayo, now older, dismissed it with a grunt. "She will fail," he told Folake. "She's too stubborn for her own good." But Folake, clutching Adunni's old notes, prayed silently for her daughter's success. University was another mountain. Medical schools demanded every ounce of Adunni's strength. Late night study session, grueling exam, and the constant pressure to prove herself in a field dominated by men. Some professors doubted her ability, and some of her classmates whispering that she did not belong with them. But Adunni had learned to turn doubt into fuel. She worked harder, studied longer, and leaned on the support of a few friends who saw her for the brilliant woman she was. One of those friends was Chinedu, a fellow medical student. He admired Adunni's desperation, her refusal to bow to hardship. Chinedu respected Adunni's independence. "You are going to change the world," he said, his eyes warm in belief. After 7 grueling years, Adunni graduated as a doctor, one of the top students in her class. The day she received her degree, she stood on the stage. Her white coat crept against her skin and wept. She thought of her mother, her village, and the girl who had run away with nothing but a dream. That same year, she landed a job at a prestigious hospital in Lagos. Her name began to appear in medical journals, her work saving countless lives, particularly those of children from underserved communities. Adunni's success reached Akure like a tidal wave. The village buzzed with stories of the girl who had defied her father and become a doctor. Folake, now frail but proud, kept a scrapbook of newspaper clipping about her daughter. Adebayo, however, remained silent, his pride wounded by Adunni's defiance. He refused to speak her name, though his heart ached with a mix of regret and awe. Meanwhile, Adunni and Chinedu's love grew stronger. He proposed on a quiet evening by the Lagos lagoon. "I want to build a life with you," he said. "Not as your owner, but as your partner." Adunni said yes, her heart full. They married in a simple ceremony attended by Tolu, Mrs. Okonkwo, and a few friends. Adunni sent an invitation to her parents, but only Folake came, her eyes shining with tears as she embraced her daughter. "You did it," she whispered. Life as a doctor was demanding, but Adunni thrived. She opened a free clinic for children in slums, her way of giving back to the city that had both broken her and made her. Her reputation grew, and she was invited to speak at conferences. Her story was inspiring to others. Yet, a part of her remained tethered to Akure, to the father who had tried to clip her wings. One day, a letter arrived from Folake. Adebayo was ill, his heart failing from years of hard labor and a heart heavy with unspoken regrets. "He asked for you," Folake wrote. "He's too proud to say it, but he needs you." Adunni's first instinct was anger. She remembered the night she cried herself to sleep, the hunger, the loneliness. Why would she return to a man that had tried to snuff out her dream? But Chinedu, ever anchor, urged her to go. "Forgiveness isn't from him," he said. "It's for you." Adunni thought of her mother, of the village that had shaped her, and of the girl she once was. Then she decided to return. When Adunni arrived in Akure, the village hadn't changed much. The same dusty path and the same market songs. But the eyes that followed her were different, filled with awe and pride. At her father's bedside, she found a man diminished. Adebayo's eyes was clouded with pain. "Adunni," he rasped, with his voice trembling. "I was wrong. I thought I was protecting you, but I was breaking you. Forgive me." Adunni's throat tightened. She saw not the tyrant of her youth, but a man bound by his fears. She took his hand. Then she said, "I forgive you, Papa. I always wanted you to be proud of me." Adebayo wept. His tears was a release of pride and pain. Adunni stayed in Akure for a week, tending to her father and reconnecting with her mother and siblings. She shared stories of her life in Lagos, her clinic, and her dreams for the future. When Adebayo recovered, he visited her clinic, marveling at the lives she saved. "This is your legacy," he said, his voice thick with emotion. Adunni's life became a bridge between her past and her future. She and Chinedu welcomed a daughter, who they named Folake after her mother. Adunni continued her work, her clinic growing into a beacon of hope. She never forgot the girl who ran away, the struggles that shaped her, or the forgiveness that set her free. In Akure, they told her story, not just of a girl who became a doctor, but of a woman who learned to carry both her dreams and her heart with grace. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and thank you for watching.